Welcome, Ron. Ron has published over 1,000 haiku worldwide, and his haiku and haiga appear in many collections and prestigious anthologies. His collections include The Bone Carver, which won the Snapshot Press Book Award, the Haiku Foundation's Touchstone Award, and an honorable mention in the Haiku Society of America's Merit Book Awards. His second collection, Bushfire Moon, contains haiku and prose written about his experiences as a Tasmanian volunteer firefighter. His latest collection, Broken Starfish, brings together 20 years worth of haiku and contains simple ink paintings by Ron that link and shift with the haiku. Both Bushfire Moon and Broken Starfish are available directly from Ron at ronmoss8@gmail.com. And I think we can put that someplace in our newsletter. Highly regarded in the international haiku community and a member of many societies and groups, he is often asked to judge competitions and has acted as an editor on a wide variety of projects. Ron is also a visual artist and award-winning photographer, often combining his poetry and art online and in various exhibitions. He has traveled to New Zealand and the United States to give presentations and workshops on his art and poetry. Welcome, Ron. Welcome, Ron.
Thanks very much, Gary. Thanks. Lovely to be here and lovely to be invited. I think I've got about 10 minutes, so what I'll do is read from a couple of my collections, the Bushfire Moon one. This book came out of my experiences, as you said, as a volunteer firefighter. I found it a wonderful way to debrief a lot of the traumatic and tragic sort of things I've seen over that time, bushfires and car crashes and house fires. People don't realise as a volunteer firefighter out in a rural sort of setting, which I am, we go to everything. We go to just as much as the career firefighters. And in Tasmania, we're quite lucky that career and volunteer firefighters are all under one Tasmanian Fire Service. So we're all together. So which is great. It's great for funding and support and that. So, and as you know, I think there's 3 places in the world that are most prone to bushfires. It's southern Tasmania, Victoria in Australia, and California. So we're probably, unfortunately, the 3 most prone places in the world to bushfires. So given our vegetation and our dry climate and the wind we get in the middle of summer. So I'll just read a couple of things from Bushfire Moon. You will find that I only read haiku once. I know in Japan and other places people read them twice, but I just try and read them slower and with a bit of inflection and that, and hopefully people will listen intently. I just find when it's twice, it becomes a bit mechanical for me. So I try and I find it's nice if you read them once. I find the room, or when you're with people or a Zoom, kind of slows down, and it's almost a meditative thing, or tries to be anyway. Okay. Bushfire Moon, the red glow in a child's eyes. This is a haiku called Chopper Down. It's an experience that happened to me. We are nearing the end of a horrendous summer bushfire season in southern Tasmania. The capital city is threatened by an out-of-control wildfire on the slopes of Mount Wellington. My crew is defending a homestead under direct attack. 3 water-bombing choppers are working the steep country when the radio emits an emergency call. Chopper down, chopper down. One of them has crashed on a steep slope with aviation fuel spilling into the surrounding vegetation directly in the line of the approaching fire. With only moments to spare, one of the other quick-thinking pilots lowers his empty water bucket for the pilot to catch a life-saving ride. In a swirl of sparks and embers, he is gently lowered to our position so we can offer first aid and comfort until he can be taken to safety. Smoke and ash, flying tin angels work the sky floor. Smoke cloud, A rainbow touches the earth. Memorial service. 2 white crosses by the front gate. First day of autumn. Burnt gum leaves in a rain shower. End of summer. Firefighters hug in the lightness of rain. So I might just start now and read a few from Broken Starfish, which is my latest collection. It's been out a couple of years now, so it won a honourable mention in the Touchstone, which was lovely. Last year, yeah. So I'm actually close to finishing my next collection, so that's pretty groovy. And I've actually got a book cover for that, which I might show you later on. So that'll be good. So this is Broken Starfish. The first stroke of the ink brush. Ravens in snow. Fingers ripple moonlight on the mountain tarn. Meditation. Breath and shadow deepen. Morning frost. Sparks fly from the hands of a knife maker. Faraway rain. The chime of a nail driven deeper. Smashed lightning on the ridge to break open sky. Death of a friend. The empty moonstroke. Still in my brush. Ancient tree. The call of a raven. Empty of light. A lone paddler heads out to open sea. No sound. Snow falling until there's only white. Feels like dying. Fairy penguins break the surface. Winter light. Swollen moon. A platypus swims, belly to the stars. His old hands working the soil. Smell of brewed tea. Wombat bones. Dry hollyhocks rattle by the roadside. Muffled voices. Mother's pincushion sparkles in the light. Moon in the trees. Fresh wallaby scratchings in frozen grass. Long twilight. The first star twinkles above stacked hay. Last night, I dreamt of my death. Morning stars. Stacking a dry wall, the curve of tomorrow. A red tricycle beside the highway in a cactus bloom. Sickle moon, a wild radish sliced deep to the core. Funeral day, light rain beads on the coffin. Mars rising. Unknown footprints on the tide line. The cosmos in the watching eye of a whale. Between lives, frogs add their voices to the stars. Dying cormorant, the endless reflections of mountains. After the firestorm, a wallaby's ribcage curved to the sky. Father's dementia, the path that rain makes through a cloud. Ocean of stars, the ancient humpback going home. Almost home, a barn owl swoops into the dusk. Old woodcutter, the final chop echoes in the church bell. I think that's probably close to my 10 minutes, Gary. Thanks. Thank you, everyone. Silent clapping, I love it.
That's silent clapping. It's like one hand clapping.
The sound of one hand clapping, yeah.
That's right. The sound of one hand clapping.